Congratulations, my friend, for planning your first ayahuasca trip. Know that self-care is the best care there is. And I want to celebrate your bravery, knowing that from now until your ceremonies, so many people is going to come to you and tell you how brave you are. I only found out about this after 2 ceremonies myself, that the biggest bravery there is the bravery to meet yourself, to meet your soul, and to face who you have become. My name is Sissy. I just came back from my ayahuasca trip a few months ago. I went to Rythmia in Costa Rica, which is a plant medicine, ayahuasca specialized medical center. I had 4 ceremonies within a week. I'm here to share what I know now that I wish I would have known before my trip, to help you prepare for yours. If you're interested in my experiences and my takeaways, check out the links in the description box, which will lead you to my playlist with all the videos I've made. Now let's talk about what to bring with you to your trip. Most of these ayahuasca retreats are in Central or South America. When I went, it was in the end of May, which is summer season in Costa Rica. I guess it's summer all year round. Anyway, I need sunscreen, natural DDT free mosquito sprays. Bring hats, bathing suits, clothes, shirts, pants, dresses. Make sure they're comfortable. For the ceremonies, wear something loose and comfortable. Bring light clothes so the shaman can spot you easily. For Rythmia, I do recommend you bring several sets of white clothes, especially for Wednesday is the female's night. There are a lot of dance involved, and white color is really beautiful and peaceful for that particular ceremony. Also, I do recommend that you bring affordable clothes, that you would be sad if you ruin the clothes during the ceremony. Giving my own example, on the second ceremony, Mama Aya literally threw me into the dirt and I rolled around on the ground for hours. When the ceremony ended and the light turned on, I look at my white shorts, it was all brown. Good that it only cost me $20. So white clothes or light color clothes, comfortable and affordable. Bringing a journal is important. I brought a journal with me before the ceremony to write down my intention. If you go to Rythmia, they gave you a journal book, and with the schedule, the map of the facility, and there are plenty of space to write. I use my journal as the reference to make my other videos, so you know there are plenty of place to write on the Rythmia workbook. But if you like to write on your own workbook, bring it with you. One thing I learned during the ceremony was that a lot of people bring their own crystals and set up altar on their mattress. So next time when I go, I will definitely bring my crystal with me. Last thing to mention is there are a lot of witch and warlocks attending these ayahuasca ceremonies, so feel free to bring your oracle decks and tarot decks and play with the other guests. Now let's talk about the really important topic, food. I recommend that you start a food cleansing at least 1 week before your ceremony. If you could do 2 weeks, that can be even better. Ultimately, you decide what you are most comfortable with. Food that I recommend you can consume unlimitedly are coconut water, fresh ginger tea with low sugar, fresh fruits, and fresh squeezed fruit juice. Start an organic plant-based diet with fish and chicken. Now let's get serious and talk about what you should avoid 1 week to 2 weeks before the ceremony. First of all, cut down your processed food consumption. Excess sugar, which means Coke, and avoid spicy food. Cut down your dairy consumption. During my first ceremony, Mama Aya turned me into a baby cow to teach me a lesson. Afterwards, I severely cut down my dairy. I don't eat cheese nowadays. I eat very little ice creams, try not to eat any really. The point is, I'm telling you the lesson that I learned from my ceremony. I hope it helps you. Stop taking recreational drugs, including cannabis. Stop drinking alcohol, caffeine, and stop taking supplements, including your vitamins. In summary, prepare your body to be as natural and grounded as possible before your ayahuasca ceremony. I think the consequence of not doing so is that during your first couple ceremonies, Mama Ayahuasca is gonna teach you those lessons, which can be unpleasant. If you're going to Rythmia, I have to warn you, there's no dinner on the days of the ceremonies. You will have breakfast and lunch. Lunch ends around 1 p.m. and after that, they don't recommend you consume any food. So be prepared for that. I think the rule of thumb is stop eating about 5 hours before the ceremony and only drink water. Drink plenty of water because during the ceremony, they actually don't recommend you drink water. Apparently, drinking water during the ceremony can mess things up. However, the shaman may advise you differently during the ceremony. For example, on the second day, when I start feeling ayahuasca in me, I start losing control of my body and start screaming. Eventually, the shaman had to let me out of the ceremony space. They even told me to drink some water. I was so confused. I was like, you told us not to drink water. Why am I drinking water now? I think drinking water may wash down the medicine, but on that day, it didn't help much anyway. After I drank my water, I still had an in-body, out-of-body experience. Check out that video if you want to know what happened to me. If you do the research, you will find out that ayahuasca centers advise you to avoid sexual activities. Some of them say 1 to 2 weeks before the ceremony, but for sure, they say no sexual activity during the days when you are experiencing the ceremony, when you have the medicine with you. After you return to your normal life, you still have to do integration, and they will advise you to resume your sexual activity once you complete your integration. Now, the last advice you will get from me is to go alone. Unless you have to, unless you must go with someone, I really recommend you to go to an ayahuasca retreat by yourself. There were plenty of couples that the husband go on the first week and the wife go on the second week. It is a soul journey. During the ceremony, you will by yourself anyway, and if you know the other guests very intimately or very well, they advise you to be as far from each other as possible. So why not just go by yourself? Another benefit of it is so that you can concentrate on making friends. I met so many amazing people during my ayahuasca trip, and because I was alone, I was able to talk to as many people as possible and not worry about my friend if I had gone with someone else. Also, there's no children under 18 years old allowed at Rythmia during the ceremony. Kids can visit during the day, during visiting hours, but otherwise it is all adult retreat. Now you have it. Here is my recommendation for you if you are going on to an ayahuasca trip. I hope you have a successful trip. Remember that your intention is more than anything. At Rythmia, they show me these 3 intentions which help me in every ceremony. The 3 intentions were show me who I have become, merge me with my soul at all cost, and heal my heart. And I believe that I achieved those intentions by the end of the trip. So I wish you good luck. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If I missed anything, please put down so other people can benefit from it. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time.